Yo, it's boy Marcus from City back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about some guns that may never come to COD Mobile and why. So, guns from games like Modern Warfare 2 2022 on console, Modern Warfare 3 which came out in 2023, BO6 which came out this past year, right? It's the current Call of Duty game and it's in its life cycle. And then BO7, which is probably going to release later this year, and it's essentially like BO6 DLC or whatever it's supposed to be. Maybe like BO2 remastered somewhat. I don't know what it's supposed to be. But why guns from these four games that I just named will likely never come to COD Mobile, right? So I know in COD Mobile we already have guns like the M4. You know what I mean? Like that's in like every COD game. So this one, they're not going to bring back like another gun of that type from a future game. An instance of where it kind of is that way is, so the XM4 is the newest assault rifle in the game, but the XM4 is in Black Ops Cold War, right? So that came out 2020, I believe. So since it's in that game, you can bring it back to COD Mobile, but it's also in Black Ops 6. There's an XM4 in Black Ops 6. Maybe they changed one letter of the name, or they'll do something like that where it's okay. But on console, it's a different ball game. Like they can just bring those guns straight to a new game. But bringing it to the COD Mobile side or the Warzone Mobile side, there's going to be like contingencies there. So COD Mobile being developed by Timmy, right? So Activision, main big Activision, has dished this responsibility out to Timmy, and they've developed the game. And then they also dished out the responsibility to Activision Shanghai, I believe it is, to develop Warzone Mobile, right? So Activision Shanghai, Warzone Mobile, Timmy, COD Mobile. And they don't really combine. At least that's what it seems like. So you would never see guns that are in one game in the other unless it's like the M4, which is like there's an M4 in like, I don't know, 75% of the COD games that have ever been made, there's an M4 of some kind, which just makes sense. Like it's just kind of how it is. So yeah, I think that's kind of the theory behind this. So guns like the Modern Warfare 3 guns, for example, that's what we use first. The MCW and the Rival 9, right? Those are the competitive AR and competitive SMG for that game. You'll likely never see those guns come to COD Mobile because A, they're already in Warzone Mobile, so you could use them there. B, that would be like some sort of infringement of like property or copyright or something like that between the studios. So you would never see guns like that. So if you would never see those, Modern Warfare 2, which was also in Warzone Mobile, the Modern Warfare 2 guns, like the TAC-56 or the Vaznev, which were the competitive guns in that game on the competitive side on console, you'll never see those guns come back to COD Mobile. But there's already a Vaznev in this game, right? There's a Vaznev in COD Mobile. It's essentially the RUS, is essentially the Vaznev. Now, it's not the exact same, but they're pretty much the same thing, generally speaking. So you kind of already have it in the game. It's just not quite the same, right? But you would have that gun in Warzone Mobile, right? Because Warzone Mobile has the Modern Warfare 2 guns. Same with the TAC-56, which was the AR for that game that was used in competitive. That is essentially the SCAR, right? So they could bring back, let's say, the SCAR L or SCAR H from like Modern Warfare 2 back in like 2009, Modern Warfare 2, or BO2, right, which was 2012ish. So they could bring back those guns, but that's essentially just the earlier version of the TAC-56, which is like a new version of a SCAR, essentially. So I feel like that kind of breaks that down. BO6 guns would be like the AIMS or the AMES, AMES, whatever you want to call it, and the Jackal. So the Jackal is the competitive SMG. AMES, AMES, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is the competitive AR. And you would likely never see those guns in COD Mobile because they're already in Warzone Mobile, and you can go use them in Warzone Mobile now. You'll probably see them in a gameplay in the next couple of days because I got a big thing planned for you guys. So with that being said, you would also have the same rule probably apply to the BO7 guns. Whenever BO7 launches, they'll likely implement the Black Ops 7 guns into Warzone Mobile, just like they've done with the Modern Warfare 3 and BO6 guns. And you could use them there, and they would not be available to use in COD Mobile. So that's just something to think about. I kind of wanted to discuss this idea of those guns coming back, because I've seen people comment on like these leaks of guns that are coming into COD Mobile, right? So we got the M1 Garand coming next season from Vanguard, right? So when you hear guns coming back, they'll say what version it is that's coming back. So the M1 Garand from Vanguard is allowed because that was before the Warzone Mobile time period. So essentially, COD Mobile's guns they can bring back time period goes from Vanguard back to COD 4, essentially, right? So we're looking at like, I don't know, 12 years of guns, right? COD 4 came out in like 07. Vanguard came out in like 2021. So by my calculations, carry the one, that's like 14 years-ish of guns, because there's a new COD that came out in every single year. So all those guns are available to come back to COD Mobile. So you can see AW guns. We haven't really gotten a lot of those. I would love to see some AW guns come back, dude. There's some good ones. The ASM one, I mean, who doesn't remember the ASM one? It was literally called Ball of Duty at one point in time. The Ball 27 would be an interesting one to come back. I don't know if that would actually come back to COD Mobile, though, because I believe, memory serves me right, there's a Ball in one of those other games, MW2, MW3, or BO6. So they may not bring that back to this game, or they will bring it back, and they'll bring it back as the Ball 27 version from AW, Advanced Warfare. Very confusing thing to kind of lay out for you guys, but I wrote it all down that way I could better explain it to you. So if you do have an interest in seeing some of those guns come back to COD Mobile from these more recent titles, you know, you'll likely never see them, or you'll see the previous versions of them from previous COD games, and that's where, you know what I mean, you'll see those versions of the gun come back rather than the old versions, which is actually fine. I think this is actually a good way to do it. They want to sort of have Warzone Mobile as the side aspect to kind of cover the future, I guess. I do think they released Warzone Mobile too soon, in my personal opinion. I know this is not what everybody's going to agree with, but had they released Warzone Mobile this year and had a lot more other issues polished up with it, it would have been a better experience. But I think I've kind of covered everything with the guns. Hopefully that clears up why some of these guns that you might want to see come back to COD Mobile may never come, because they're just from the newer titles and they're already on Warzone Mobile, and that way they can't sort of blend back in to COD Mobile. Just not, it's probably against like some sort of copyright. So that being said, I feel like I've kind of covered everything I wanted to on this topic. Let me know if you have questions in the comment section down below. I am happy to further explain. You guys know me. If you've been around the channel long enough, I will write essays about Call of Duty. Like I will write some stuff. So if you do need an explanation and you're willing to read my 5-paragraph essay, comments, and response, feel free. Here's little drops that I got. These little, I don't know what you call these things. I just call them like care packages, whatever you want to call them, right here. These little boxes. So a little box opening, got a mythic shard, one big one right there. I'm still like 300 away. But yeah, using the Peacekeeper one more time before they change my iron sight. So I just wanted to remember what this old one looks like. That's why you saw it in this gameplay. It's definitely not the best gun out there. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to. It's been more Marcus. I'm out.